Hello everybody. For those of you who may not know who I am, my name is Matt Caraway, and I am the pastor of Truth Church in Waterloo, Illinois. We are a Spirit-filled, Spirit-led church, and we would love for you to be a part of what God is doing in our community. Tonight, I would like to address those who are on the fence, so to speak, when it comes to making a commitment to the church, when it comes to attending a church, or more importantly, being involved in the church. And I want to try and persuade you tonight to jump off of that fence and get involved in the body of Christ. The church is referred to in the Bible as the body of Christ. And the Apostle Paul wrote to the church in Corinth in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, and he said, "For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles," that was the crowd he was speaking to at the time, "whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit." Now let me put that in layman's terms so we all know what Paul is saying here. When Paul said that we are all baptized into one body, he said regardless of our background, regardless of our past, and regardless of our current situation, that there is a place for us in the body of Christ, in the Spirit-filled church. Truth Church has a place for you. Now, I've been conducting some research and I've been studying some research, and I have found that in the last 2 decades, church attendance in the United States has decreased by almost 20%. Now this is all religions, all churches, all denominations, all beliefs. The overall attendance in our country has decreased by 20%. But in the same research, I have found that churches who identify with the Spirit of God, like the church that Paul was addressing here, those churches are not decreasing in attendance, but rather they are increasing. It's because people are finding their purpose in the Spirit-filled church. People are finding prosperity in the Spirit-filled church. And people are finding out that when everything falls apart, the Spirit-filled body of Christ is thriving. You know, over the last couple of months, I think we've all had our eyes opened as to how fast things can change. Our world has been completely flipped upside down by many different things, tragedies and sickness and just terrible events. But in the midst of all this, at the forefront of leading our country back to where it needs to be is the church, the Spirit-filled church. If you want to be involved into something, if you want to be a part of something, be a part of the Spirit-filled church. If you're on the fence, I want to motivate you and I want to persuade you. I want to ask you to get involved in the church, because as everything around us falls apart, the church is still growing. The Spirit-filled church is growing. The Spirit-filled church is thriving. And individuals who come together to form the body of Christ are thriving. You know, things don't look good in our world right now, but I'm so proud to be a part of the church, because as everything else has taken a turn for the worse, the church has adapted and the church has overcome. You take our church, for example. We were scheduled to have our first service on May 31st. Well, that, of course, didn't happen because of the pandemic. But in the midst of all this, as we have transitioned to online content, we have met more people than what we did before the pandemic. We have had more doors open here at Truth Church. We have made more connections here at Truth Church. In the midst of a pandemic, the Spirit-filled church in Waterloo, Illinois, Truth Church, has grown and great things have taken place. We believe that great things can take place in your life when you become a part of the body of Christ. I'll leave you with this tonight. Jesus was addressing Peter, and in Matthew chapter 16, he tells Peter that the gates of hell would not prevail against the church. If you want to be a part of something, be a part of the church. I understand it's a commitment. I understand that it might not be an easy decision as to which church to be a part of. But I promise you this, when you become a part of the Spirit-filled church, you are going to walk through open doors that God Himself leads you through. God bless you. We love you. Let's connect. Reach out to us. We want to be visible and we want to be available to you 24/7. God bless you. We love y'all.